Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday from BWI. We're getting ready to take off for our trip to Arizona and coming to you live with our daily dose of success God's way. This is Erin Harrigan, your Hustle with Heart coach, helping everyone attain results for total health through Arbonne and helping entrepreneurs align results to God's truth. So we are talking about passion and purpose, the Charles Stanley reading plan on the YouVersion Bible, and today is essential number 7, which is taking God-inspired risks. So, as God-centered entrepreneurs, as entrepreneurs in general, we've taken a risk. We've taken a risk to step out, to build a business, to pursue a path less traveled, to pursue a path that perhaps many people we know are sort of laughing at or sort of thinking that we're crazy to step out on our own and be an entrepreneur. But particularly as God-centered entrepreneurs who are following Christ, who are pursuing with this vessel that He's given us to build businesses that honor Him and serve His people, we have to take risks. And we have to take God-honoring risks. And there are times when we're praying over, Lord, show us what to do next. And He gives us something to do, and it is a big risk to us. But there are 3 big risks that we take as God-centered entrepreneurs in pursuing our passion and our purpose. Number 1 is having faith in a Lord that we cannot see. Yes, we can see creation and we can see all of the incredible things that He's done for us. But it's a risky proposition to step out and say, I'm going to follow the Lord and I'm going to follow what this book, the Bible, says. Number 2, we take a risk in having faith that He is going to work all things together for our good. And as we've talked about a number of times, that He takes ashes and makes them beautiful, beauty from ashes, because He uses every single thing that we go through for our benefit as He grows us into the people He's created us to be. But there is risk, according to the world, in stepping out in that faith. And then the third thing is that we step out and take a risk in having faith in a God who loves us, even when we make mistakes, even when we're disobedient, even when we don't follow the path that He's given us. Jesus took many risks, but He knew that His Father was guiding Him through all of that. He took a risk in telling the disciples to take those 2 loaves and 3 fish to feed 5,000 people. He took a risk being out on the boat with the apostles in the middle of the night when the storm rose up, and He stepped out and asked Peter to step out of the boat onto the water. But He took those risks knowing that He was doing it for the grandest purpose that His Father was calling Him to. So we have to take God-inspired risks. And maybe that risk is calling that person on your list that maybe you think is so scary, which, by the way, they call it a chicken list, but I want to remind you that we all put our pants on 1 leg at a time. And we all put our socks on 1 foot at a time. So we are all human, so don't be afraid to pick up the phone, but that can be risky. Maybe it's taking a risk and stepping out and doing an event that you weren't thinking that you were ready to do, or maybe it's just stepping out and taking the risk of starting your business from where you are right now. So all of that is essential to us pursuing our passion and our purpose that God has given us. So that's our essential number 7 and our daily dose for today. Get down below. Let me know what risks you've been taking that are God-focused and God-intentional. Get over to the Success God's Way community. I haven't talked about this, but it's my goal that this quarter, which ends on Sunday, we would reach 100 people, and we are just over 80. So if there's anyone that could benefit from being part of the Success God's Way community, please invite them. And then lastly, if you need some support walking this journey of pursuing Success God's Way, I'd love to be your coach. Let's have a conversation and see if Hustle with Heart is right for you. And then also, if living your best life and being healthy so that you can impact the world is important to you, or maybe you just need a summer reset, I'd love to be your Hustle with Health coach in our next Arbonne 30 group. So let me know. With that, have a great Friday. Be on the lookout for my announcement of our weekly dose for Sunday. I'm going to be in Arizona and 3 hours behind, so I'm trying to figure out what time I'm going to do that, but I promise you I'll post about it. And I'll also post the reference verses from Matthew down below. So have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you guys soon.